We have a $100 anonymous donation. Happy birthday, Dave's sister.
はい。どうですか？今映ってますかね。
And we have $100 from Imstossible. I'm loving the Elder Scrolls runs. This is a great event, and Nami helps so many people.
大丈夫ですかね。
Remember, kids, Skooma diamonds your intelligence.
はい。次はですね、クエスト4グローリーコレクションということで、はい。まあちょっとね、配信時間がおおよそ、まあ1日半なんで、あと半日かかると危なかったのでね、ちょっとリセットかけました。さあ今、まあ、インタビュータイムですね。
We're going to get all 5 of those suckers in a row. But before that, we had Oblivion and Skyrim by our runner right here, Bubbles Del Fuego.
まあ次、グローリーコレクション始まるんだけど、まあ、オブリビオンとスカイリムやった。まあ、インタビュー、方にインタビューしようと。ピザのトッピング何が一番好きかと。
This isn't like a special we're running, right?
Probably sausage.
Oh, you're a sausage man?
Yeah, I like it when it's like either
カプリソーセージ。
crumbled or either, you know, it got some sliced sausage on there, so yeah.
I think Canadian bacon's pretty good.
Oh, meatballs.
スライスしたソーセージがいい
I've
な。
had a meatball. It's a little bit too much. Like I've had meatball off of pizza. Anyways, so we're bringing this up because we are actually raising money right now to fight the pizza elemental boss in the upcoming Quest for Glory run. We actually just got a big.
これはなんでこの話をしたかっていうと、その次のクエストオブグローリーのドネーションでですね、1000ドルで達成されるものがあって、それが今663ドルで下にあったんですけど、
And I want to see it fought. So make sure you get in your donations. You guys have until the end of this next Quest for Glory run. So again, we are joined by Bubbles Del Fuego. First of all, how'd you feel about your runs, man? You came both underestimate.
走ってどうだった？
I saw it.
Just like ask me a question, they immediately talk.
You've done this with me before. You know how it works.
So they were good. They were both underestimate perfectly as planned. I didn't.
よかったよ。で、まあ時間通りできたしね。
You don't really have to. It's sort of like if you just know how to do it, you can just come back to it. It's like it's not like I'm gonna get better at the game in one day. So the one thing I do regret was not noticing that I had like one key binding not set up, but it all worked out. It was only like 30 seconds of time loss. And so we have our estimates.
まあちょっとまあセットアップね、
Give ourselves
まあ
flexibility so we can.
とあるねバグをする時のセットアップちょっと時間かかっちゃったりしたけど、
It would be stressed if I had to get like a record right there, but
Sure.
I don't have to do that.
No, it just gets.
まあそういうのはやっぱストレスに感じるけ
They were
ど、
really good.
まあそれは認識できることだから、
It was fun.
So you had a quality couch, yeah. Some of them.
まあでもよくできてよかったと思ってます。
Yeah. There's like no other like Elder Scrolls runners here besides like myself and Alec K. So Dave Stereo, he can pop in right here. He's like Dave Stereo.
Hey.
Dave.
Look at all the majestic hair we had on screen at that moment.
Just
Hope someone gets that.
今映ってるけどいいのかみたいな。いいんだよみ
So
たいな
yeah, I bumped
会話
into
にな
him
ってます
last
けど。
night and I was just like, I'm running Oblivion and Skyrim in the morning.
ファイトピッツァエレメンタルですね。今下に出てますね。これのドネーションの達成額が1000ドル。
By the time that happened, so that was something I really appreciated. I expected nobody to be on the couch until like.
Aww. That's so sweet of you.
Yeah.
They can't hear you right now, but that's very sweet of you.
He said some terrible stuff.
So I want to ask you a little bit about
このスタッフ怖えとか
Bethesda runs in
今
general, the Fallout
あの
series,
か
the,
インタビューの途中にとてもどうでもいい頃はなんかカモキューで喋ったから怖えとかして
to a marathon and like getting to showcase them.
I thought you were gonna do the whole like, you got your Fallouts.
You got your. I actually thought about making that joke.
You got your Fallouts.
But I was like, 3 of us will laugh. And you got your Fallouts. You got your
Skyrims.
Yeah. What's your favorite aspect of getting to showcase those?
They're I don't know. I just love making people mad. So like, all the people that are so casual are like, that's not how you play Skyrim. Just like, I bought him, play how I want. And so, like, what are you gonna do?
まあ
So, yeah,
今
that's
言
like
っ
a
た
really
のは
satisfying part
まあ
about
みん
it.
なまあカジュアルプレイだけど
Absolutely.
ちゃんとやってねえだろっていう。
There's that, but in all seriousness,
まあジョークですね
they
これは
are
ね。
big favorites of mine in the past, and so when I looked into like running them, because if you should ever get into speedrunning, you should play a game and run a game that you've played a lot before. There's no good starting speed game for anybody. It's just whatever game you can see yourself not getting tired of and playing over and over. So that's what I did. I would like look up Fallout 3, and that was like my first record. And then I got into Oblivion, and then Fallout 4, and then Skyrim.
今言ってるのがまあスピードランってまあある程度聞くとなんかすごい努力してとかねすごい時間かけてプレイしてやってると思うんだけど、僕はそんなことあんまりしなくて、その世界の記録とかそういうの見て、そういうのあとはやり方、そういうバグのやり方とかをまあ教えてもらって聞いて、それでやってこんだけできるようになったよみたいな感じのことを言ってますし、だからそんなにハードルは高くないよっていうことを今言ってましたね。まあダークソウのスピードランどう思う？
It's easy. You're just bad.
I feel personally attacked. That's actually a really good response. Okay, so then let's not talk about that one then. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Somehow you're going to beat that game in like 45 minutes. I played that game. It took like
5単語で言ってって言ったらマジで5単語で言いましたね。
Don't judge me for that. That's probably like a pretty good. I killed all the bosses.
I said, oh. I was like letting you know I was listening to you.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, it's really slow. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't know. It's like
No, you only got 5 words. Let's talk about.
I took a long time my first casual playthrough as well.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay. So let's also talk about, one of the first. I believe this is the first time we've actually seen a Souls game at an RPG limit break. Yeah. I'm gonna put you in control of the games committee, like for the next RPG limit break or one of the future ones. What is the next Souls game / category that you think would be a really good showcase in the future?
Not Dark Souls.
まあ次にね見せたいものとして何がいいと。
Whatever game that you want, not that one.
The camera operator.
君たちが見たいもんじゃないよっ
If
て。
this counts, Sekido. It's newly released. I think it
Sekido?
counts as a Souls game. It's Souls-like. The all
赤色でいいんだっけ？
super cool.
あれやりたいって今言ってました。
Get done. So if somebody can run that, there's so many runners of that category now. That'd be really cool.
まあもう数人走ってるけど、もう非常にいいよねあれっつって。
It's something kind of like if you wanted to beat Zoast in Super Metroid, you'd have to like commit your life to it. And so I realized I would have to commit too many hours.
まあスーパーメトロイドみたいなメトロイド系のゲームが好きだったらいいと思うよ。
And I've been like dabbling in Soten Randomizer, and like I don't have
Dude,
time.
is that fun?
It is so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Randomizers have been awesome.
あとランダマイザーも好きだよって。
Dark Souls has a randomizer as well. So.
Yes, it does. Oh, it does. It's so good.
It's fun.
でダークソウルもランダマイザー今あるよって。
Randomizers right now. But guys, one more question before I let you out of here. You just talked about all those projects. What is that immediate project you're going back to after RPG Limit Break? Is it Arkham City?
This weekend I might play a little bit of my RPG Limit Break games just because I know there's some new people that'll probably be interested in either myself or those games, and just a little opportunity to say hi to them and thank them, and yeah, just that. Maybe just Dark Souls because I can polish up on that game a little bit. I'm pretty set for Oblivion and Skyrim for now. But yeah, I want to get back to Batman Arkham City, doing easy any % with that. And
あと彼はバットマンアーカムシティも RT してるそうで、まあそれもまたやりたいねって。
Soten Randomizer is super fun. So
would you play Dark Souls Rando with me?
You know, I sent you a message on Discord saying when are we going to do Dark Souls Randomizer, and you never got back to me.
Why no? I'm sorry. I never look at my phone.
That's okay.
今 まあまあ今ダークソウルのランダマイザーの情報を今言ってて、まあディスコードでダークソウルのディスコード RT のディスコードでいいのかな多分。それがそこに今ランダマイザーについての情報があるんで、まあ見てほしいと。プライズですね。ドネーションしたらまあ抽選でプレゼントの内容を今これから言うのかな。5ドルで
either one of these two, we have two of them. Quest for Glory 2 posters. It's looking beautiful.
次のゲームのポスターですね。
Yes, and there are, yeah, it's double back. It's not, you don't get
Quest for Glory 2.
2つありますね、2つ。
It's they, yeah, awesome looking posters for only $5. You can get into the drawings for those.
They look like really like somebody made that like in like Photoshop like really nicely.
Yeah, very very nice. And we also got right here. I'll use it. This one's just a big one. I'll let you get to hold with me as well. This is an art print of. I'm probably saying the same wrong. The Arana piece. We had the runner see this beforehand. He was like, "That is absolutely gorgeous." So again, shout outs to all the prizes that are given to us that we can put up for you guys for things you can get into drawings for throughout the course of this marathon. And so that is only $10 to get into the drawing for that. Also the Quest for Glory collection. If you want all these games you're about to watch, $5 for that. And if you do all this stuff and you throw in a minimum of $100 throughout the course of the marathon, that can be cumulative, then you're in that grand prize drawing for the Nintendo Switch, coming with 4 awesome RPGs that you're going to see at this marathon. Octopath Traveler,
今回の
World Ends With You, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, and Xenoblade
一押
Chronicles
し
2.
の
So an absolutely
報酬として100ドル以上ドネーションした人は任天堂スイッチと任天堂スイッチのロールプレイングゲーム6個ぐらい。
Hope you guys enjoy.
まあこれが本当にお買い何もうこんな高いのをチャンスすらないよみたいな。今ありましたね。オクトバストラベラーと素晴らしいこの世界とピカチュウ EV とあともう一個なかったね。まあRT 界隈今ランダマイザー非常に流行ってまして、なんでかっていうとまあみんなそれぞれそのゲームを結構やり尽くしちゃって、まあまあちょっと変わった遊びをしようみたいな流れになっているケースが多いんですね。それでまあランダマイザーそのフラグとかそういうのも全部ランダムにして遊んだら面白いんじゃないみたいな流れで、現在のランダマイザーブームがあります。もうねいろんなゲームでランダマイザー今ありますね。はい。探してみると結構出てくると思いますけど、私も探したことないんで。ちなみに先月ぐらいに私がやってる月下の野草曲もランダマイザー作られましたからやれって言われてる月下のランナーなんか知り合いみんなやれって言ってるなんかYou should play that っつってやれっつって。改造版じゃないですね。まあ改造版じゃ改造版ですけど、まあ月下に関して言えばまあ本物のロムあるじゃないですか。ディスクをなんつうのディスクイメージを作ってやるっていう感じですけど。
We have a $500 donation from Andrew97 who says, "Fight the pizza."
なんつったらいいんだろうね。
With that, we have officially met the donation incentive to fight the pizza elemental in our upcoming run.
まあハックロムですね。だから他のはちょっと分かんないですけど、月下のは一応月下勢で一人作った人がいて、その人がまあサイトでそこにファイルを入れるとランダマイザーできるっていう、そんな感じですね。でランダマイザーはそのゲームを知らないと本当に何やってるか分かんなくなっちゃうんで、まあそのゲームをやったことがあってある程度知識があること前提でやってるようなもんなんで、まあ初めて見ると大変ですね。はい、まあでも楽しいことには間違いないです。さあ始まるかな。
I'm also pleased to announce that for the upcoming run of Quest for Glory Connection, we have a real treat for you folks. The developers of the game, Corey Cole and Lori Cole, will be joining us for commentary.
そうですね、本来の何が置いてあるとかを把握して、ある程度はしてないと分かんなくなりますね。知ってそうですね、ほんとね。知っててもね分かんないですよ。あれここにこれがあったはずだよねっていうのが普通にポンってなんか意味の分からんことになってるんで。
You're watching RPG Limit Break 2019, sponsored by Twitch, proudly supporting the National Alliance on Mental Illness, NAMI. To get involved in the fight against mental illness and the stigmas it can bring, reach out to NAMI via their state organizations or on Facebook, where they can be found as NAMI, on Instagram and Twitter as @NamiCommunicate, or check out their Tumblr blog, notalone.nami.org. It's not a weakness.
自分の手に入れたアイテムで次は何が必要かで何を取ったらいいかっていうのをここにあるかなと思っていくしかないっていう。自分の持ってるもので行けるところに行って取るだけ取って次に行くみたいな、簡単に迷路ですね本当に。なんかランダムに作られた迷路を進んでいくみたいな感じですね。
You also have the opportunity to choose the version of the first game which is being run. Currently, the original EGA version of the game is in the lead at $150.
これ1をやるのかな。コレクションは1でいいのかな。コレクションズが出てこないんでちょっと1で。で次のゲームなんですけど全然知らないっていうまあ解説全然できないんで何をやったらいいんでしょうね。まあ黙っといてもいいかもしれないんですけど、まあとりあえずゲームの解説とか、まあゲームの説明ですね。ゲームの説明とかね。まあ、結構アンケート、まあ、GDQ で実施した時にですね、解説がいないんなら喋るなっていうのを、まあ、2、3人いただいたんですけどどうですか皆さん、喋った方がいいですか、それとも黙った方がいいですか。この場をちょっと言いて、この場でちょっと今のうちに聞きたいんですけどなんか喋って なんかね、まあそういうアンケートもいただいたので。
すみません、よくわかりません。
シリが反応した。
And on that note, we now have a new file name for Quest for Gold Legend. It is Bolina at $50.
ちょっと笑うしかない。すいません、なんか深夜の変なトラブル深夜の変なよくわからんトラブリちょっとひどいことになってる。
We have $50 from Crom. Shout out to the runner, who's the EGA hero. How far east did you really come from, anyway? As a reminder, for the upcoming run, we do have several prizes. We have a lovely art print of Uranus Peace, a prominent location from the first game in the series. A minimum $10 donation will enter you in for that prize. We also have a lovely poster of Quest for Glory 2 Trial by Fire, for which you need to donate a minimum of $5. And you can also earn yourself a copy of the Quest for Glory collection itself, also at $5.
ああ、なるほどね。ただなんか路線外れたとかね。なるほどね。じゃあ作るなよやべえ、これでなんか遊ばれてしまうな。
We have an anonymous $50 donation with no comment, but that now means we have a tie for the hero's name. Also at $50 is Ego.
ヒーローのネームがバリナ。
To pick one or the other, now's the time to get your donation in.
ツイッターで説明しましょう。ギサールの村ですね。で羊に喋るとウェーっていうね。
We have a $75 donation from Set Zero Mess. I won't let you down, Slowpoke. That now means that the file name for our Quest for Glory will be Slowpoke at $75.
ちょっと待ってくださいね。
I have a $20 donation from Crack Troop. I heart RPG Limit Break 2019.
今ちょっと準備中ですね。まああとはドネーション結構来てるので、まあそれの紹介とかもしてますね。そうですね、5作あるやつをまとめたものだって正しいと思います。
Alright, it sounds like we're good to go with Quest for Glory collection from davidtki, so I'll turn it over to them.
さあ始まりますよ。はい。
Hi everyone, my name is David. I'm going to be doing the Quest for Glory collection run. I want to go over a few things before I start because it's very fast paced, but basically all 5 Quest for Glory games, we're going to start with the first one. At the end of each game, we will export our hero into the next game, and it's going to be really fast and really fun. On the couch with me, I have Mr. PR Miller. And then on Discord,
クエストフォーグローリーコレクションは
Corey
です
and
ね、
Corey Cole.
5作1時間やるそうですね。はい。で、1つがすごい早いんで、
Really great to have you guys back.
今、
Can we get a round of applause for Lori and Corey?
まあ解説としてね、電話で。
Alright, perfect. So, I want to go over a couple of things really quick before the run begins, because I'm not going to have time during. I'm specifically playing version 1.0 of Quest for Glory 1 EGA, the original Heroes Quest, and the main reason for that is because I don't need to hear the hide and go seek password before I use it.
で、バージョンが
And
1.0 です
for
か
my starting
ね。
stats, Strength 40 will open the rock door 100% every
で、
time.
最初に
The rest goes to magic
まあ
because
自由に
magic
ポイン
is
トを振り分けが可能で、
So, I need the name of the
力
hero.
と魔力
The hero's name is
ですね。
Slowpoke.
魔法に、
Slowpoke.
全振りですね。
Right spell. Nice.
Yep, that's correct.
Perfect.
Yeah, 1.0 allows us to metagame a little bit better.
This one's going to be anything but. So, we ready to go? All right. So, 3, 2, 1, go.
So
早い。テキストが早すぎて読めない。
1.2 is because first of all we can metagame a little different, but there's another feature that was in 1.0 that isn't in 1.2. It's called the high speed hero. Corey, Lori, what goes
めっ
into
ちゃ
the
移動が
high
早
speed
い。ちょっと待って。
Well, I don't know. It's the first I've heard of it.
what we found is that what we thought was is that it was a way to skip certain frames on slower PCs because I mean you guys were limited in the resources that you had whenever you were making it.
ですね、まあ、このクエストフォーグローリーシリーズについて一応まあウィキペディアを利用してちょっと言うんですけど、まあ16色の
That may be some sort of
ゲームですね。
duplex patch,
16
'cause,
色
you know,
の
I don't recall anything
エン
like
ハンス
that
グラ
in
フィ
the
ックアダプター
original
っていうまあ企画で使われたゲームでございます。発売されたのがですね、1989年ということで、もうあれですね、Windows が出る前、Windows がまだマイクロソフト DOS だった時代ですね。その時代に発売されたゲームなので、結構ドットがまあファミコンよりもくっきり映ってるかのように映ってますね。
Because you face the bad guy, that's enough to be a hero.
So that's Quest for Glory 1.
Yeah.
1 game down, 4 to go.
で、まあ、
Well, yeah, that's just exactly the way we designed.
で、
So we used to run
タイトルの通りですね、
for our collection runs,
クエストフォーグローリーということで、有名になるためのクエストですね。まあ、英雄になるためのクエスト探索です。で、何をしたか分かってないんだけど、気づいたら終わってるっていう。
We're gonna save about half a minute just from execution on this game, and then we're gonna save another half a minute in the next game because we import with more gold.
で一応1はゲーム神話について基づいた話になってるそうなんですけど、ちょっと英語版見ようこれ。もうちょっと英語版書いてる気がするから、日本語版書いてなさすぎる。
But if we go from the EGA version to 2, we have 150 gold, which is all the money that we'll need going into the next game.
Interesting.
Yeah, we
so the way the conversion worked, originally we thought this would be a small deal to go from EGA to VGA, and the artist said, "Oh, we need to, how much do we need to keep and how much do we need to redo?" And the artist said about 80%. Management assumed that 80% meant what we were keep.
1のタイトルがですね、クエスト・フォー・グローリー So You Won't Be a Hero っていうことで、でスピエルブルグっていう場所でですね起きた意見で、バーバヤーガって、言われて分かる人は分かるかもしれませんが、それが悪魔で、それでね、バーバヤーガによって呪われた土地を救おうっていうので立ち上がったのが主人公で、この主人公ですね。
Did you know about that? I love this game that you two have created, and I am lovingly breaking it apart.
Yeah, you managed to break it pretty well.
Well, there was another negative thing. Yeah, SCI only had 16-bit arithmetic. And,
だから、バーバヤーガっていう説明を、そうです、開発者だと思いますね。
I didn't realize that it was signed arithmetic, so we actually only had 32,000 something was the maximum.
バーバヤーガってね、魔女っていう感じ。魔女だよね。魔女。よくあるなんかよくある童話とかでよくある毒リンゴを渡すおばあちゃんみたいな感じのです。
Will trigger certain monsters appearing at different times of the game. So, in fact, you can only fight the hardest boss or the hardest monster in the game with 1,000 experience points.
クエスト・フォー・グローリーはそういう神話から持ってきてるものが多いみたいですね。てかほぼそうみたいですね。
Second game, done with a limited license from Sierra.
Do I need to wait a little bit for the recrop?
気づいたら2になっている。画面調整頑張っております。で、2はですね、トライアルバイファイヤーっていうことで、ゲームスピードマックスにしました今ね。
I approve. Yeah, the silly clowns, that was in the EGA version also, wasn't it?
It was.
And that is, does that trigger certain Easter eggs? That's what my understanding is.
I believe so.
So notice he's got
142
gold coming into this.
2は90年に発売されておりますね。一応これは世界観見ても分かる通りエジプト感満載ですけど、千夜一夜物語ですね。アラビアンナイトの方が分かるかな、千夜一夜っていうよりもね。
But incidentally, it's not actually a difference in exchange rate. It's if the money changer decides that you're rich,
だから世界観が非常にさっきはすごい山の中でしたけど、今回はもうエジプト感満載じゃないですか。
And that makes sense too. Her name, doesn't that mean something like money lover? I forget what it was.
Yeah, it's money. It's yes.
If I remember correctly, it's child of money.
Child of money. All right. And what he's doing now, he's waiting until day 5 or 6. The fire elemental is going to pop up, and he has very little hit points. So what he needs to do is actually be pretty quick here. He's going to run out, drop some incense on the ground, lure it into a smaller area.
That was close.
That was pretty close. He will get one shot by this monster. Normally, you import or start a new game with way more hit points than he normally has, but because we exported immediately, we are way weaker than we normally are.
何が起きてるかわからない。何か取ったね。
Yeah, the mouse does not lock to the window in this version, so he might
ペナントみたいなの取ったよね。でまた寝て、またね、寝てる間になんかディスプレイ調整してるんだけど。
Pretty much, yeah. There's not much. We don't like to actually be heroic. Being a hero takes time in speedruns, and that's the worst thing that you could possibly do. I mean,
デイリーニュース
save frames than
ニュース
save
聞いて
humanity.
なんかもらっ
That's the
た。
idea behind it. In fact, in the EGA version, whenever the tool-assisted speedrunner went through, he found a way to skip actually killing all of the elementals or defeating the elementals. So in the EGA version, we pretty much don't do anything anymore. We just sleep through the entire day, warp around a little bit at night, and
なんかこの街はですね、マジックエレメント、魔法の元素でいいのかな、エレメントによって恐怖に陥れられてると。よくFF みたいな FF のイメージをしてもらえばいいんですけど、火と土と風と水とって FF でしょ。そういったエレメントからエレメントによって
By the way, Rasira is an anagram of Sierra.
なんですかそれが今日平穏な生活を脅かしてるからそれをなんとかしようっていうのがクエスト・フォー・グローリー2の主なストーリーですね。
And we were so frustrated with Sierra that we parodied a number of people in this game.
By the way, this is going to hurt a little bit.
なんか一緒にしちゃう。敵。
There is a quick strategy that sometimes works where you can throw and kamikaze twice, and you can get the elemental in one shot there, but he's usually pretty quick to return.
2発で倒した。
Not even close. No problem.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong here.
で今土のエレメントを倒したんですかね。
Reminds me a lot more of your new game, Corey and Laurie, Hero U, which was released not too long ago, right?
またね。
Last July, actually, we put out the final patch so far in February this year, and it's Hero-U.
ファイナルパッチを2月に出した。この2月に出した。
and please check it out if you like Quest for Glory or if you interested in either role-playing games or story games or Sierra.
Now it seems like it's actually, I mean, it's been called like a spiritual successor.
いや、嘘で多分俺の聞き間違いだと思うんだけど。多分僕の聞き間違いかもしれないですけど。
Yeah, that's actually our role-playing world that we had for about 10 years before we went to Sierra. And so they're all kind of set in the same world, which is just basically a remake.
クリアっぽいです。エレメント全部倒したっぽいんで、クリアっぽいですね。
Oh, what do you think it means?
Glory. Quest for Glory. Gloriana.
Yeah, and actually we called the world Gloriana before we ever started Sierra and before this was originally called Heroes Quest rather than Quest for Glory. So Quest for Glory kind of just came out of.
So it's a coincidence?
まだ終わってないから俺。
Not exactly. We had two gaming worlds. We had Gloriana and Corian, of course, was my first name and Laurie's middle name.
いや、火をちゃんと倒して土を倒して風も取って水も倒してましたよね。
So
yeah, Hero-U is a little bit different type game because it is very strictly schedule-oriented, sort of a school simulator as well as all the other stuff. But this is such an amazing scene. You should be watching the intermission.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it's over.
で
I'm really glad I
なん
have
か
the
すげえ
pilot
ことになってる。
cutscene here. My hero's not strong enough to actually win.
Yeah, if he actually had
Oh, nonsense! You're a hero, and that overcomes all odds.
ちょっと開発ノンセンスとか言うんじゃない。
in the intermission, went to get the popcorn and soda, and came back after the fight was over.
で
Truly heroic.
David will probably take a safety save here because
まだ終わってないね。
one of the few places where death is very costly because of the intermission. There's like 2 pixels that he has to click the hand on, and if you misclick, you get up from the table, and that's a GG. That's a death.
That's known as superior game design.
Yeah. But right there, being able to sleep through the night is the big reason why we run the VGA version.
多分そうでしょうね。最新開発者の最新作でしょうね。ちょっと僕が聞き間違えた。
no rest mechanic, only in a few select spots, which was a big difference between 2 and 1.
The other bit is the room opens at sunset instead of night is young.
Valid.
ね、調べながら聞いて喋るとやっぱ無理。
Infamous scene in the Quest for Glory lore. Even among all 5 games, this is the one that catches some attention online.
お、すごい。
Especially in VGA.
Yes, and they did program it. For science, you test that. You know, do a search online. All right, you'll find. You just Google it.
ドッペルゲンガーができました。
Stream PG.
Well, it's the just like ancient statuary. It's art.
Yes. I figured Al Lowe may have been on your team for that point. I wasn't sure. So.
すごい。檻破壊した。
No, I think that was actually my idea because we had a whole bunch of joke things in Keep on Laughing's Magic Shop, and I remembered from my childhood, Boys Life magazine always had the X-ray glasses advertised in the back, so I said we should have some X-ray glasses. And then we had that, and I had written the text. It's like looking through a veil when you use the glasses. And when they put that, her changing behind a veil,
yes!
I said, "Oh, we gotta, we gotta actually have you look through the veil there."
今人が落ちた。
Absolutely useless X-ray glasses do something.
I'm sorry, I cheered because Prince Alexander showed up in the waterfall.
イカだ。木に乗って対岸を渡るってすごいなこれ。斬新ですね。
Actually, I think it's 5. Is it 3 that comes out?
It's both.
Yeah. But the developers of the
お、この火を避けるなら。
AGD Interactive programs that was actually a timed Easter egg that released after a certain point.
That room's dangerous.
Most dangerous room in the game, other than the bar. Yeah, you were extra safe. You're fine. Yeah. Now we're
セーブしててよかったですね。
Nice.
It's faster.
Speak the name of power. あ、すごいね。なんか明かりの表現とかちゃんとしてる。
We're in an ancient cave here. We've been trapped here by one of the characters who, because there's a prophecy that only the hero can get this magic ring, and he wants it, so he gets you to do all the dirty work.
Wait, why did he teleport in?
Magic.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, a wizard did it. Now, what I always think is funny is that you get a lot of comparisons between him and Jafar, and this game actually predates Disney's Aladdin by I think 2 years. So you guys are ahead of the curve.
Jumpして。
Disney out on that one.
ジャンプして踏み台にしましたね。
We all pull from the same stuff.
That's one theory. My theory is that Disney actually, people at Disney were playing our games and said, "Oh, this is really fun. We should do a movie based."
By the way, that's Quest for Glory 2.
Yes.
あ、これで終わりらしいです。
Well done.
Yeah, the
it takes me a little longer to play it. I did a live stream of it for 6 hours and didn't finish the game. In fact, I don't think we made it to the second
ね、
elemental.
エレメントがまた元に戻って、
Yeah.
あれですかね。
I'm
こ
の街は治ったみたいな。
Every single thing in the game to actually, do things quick.
And that's one thing that's missed a lot is that you can use the icon on pretty much everything in this game, or hit look at or talk to. All of these characters have wonderfully written dialogue, just so well planned out. They give you the lore of the.
やっぱりアラビアンナイト感すごいですね。
in this series, but you learn a lot. And Laura, you did most of the writing for that, am I right?
Oh yeah, all of the dialogue, some of the other stuff.
And just out of curiosity, for Hero U, do you know how many lines of dialogue you wrote, or how thick that book was, or what was the game that you spent the most time planning dialogue for?
Oh, that would have to be Hero U.
まあここでも、
it's
この
450,000 words.
Nice.
この街を救った英雄としてまあ
Quest for Glory 3 and 4. And it's about the size of one of the later Harry Potter novels.
Yeah, I would think that's also, if I'm doing my math right,
で2が終わりま
I
した
think
ね。
that's actually 10 times the amount of words that Dante did in the Divine Comedy.
もうね読んでる間にバンバン進んで気づいたら終わるんだよ。どうしたらいいんだこれ。
And it takes even more to have Easter eggs everywhere because basically we had Josh
で今度は
Mandel,
3です
who
ね
worked at Sierra and worked with Aldo on the Leisure Suit Larry remake and on Freddie Farkas' Frontier Pharmacist.
Oh, wow.
And hilariously funny guy. And so he wrote a lot of the text for Hero U for clicking on objects and came up with some really funny stuff.
This game is going to be a little bit different than what we did in 2016 whenever this game showed up at Limit Break. David was the founder
で、次は3作目なんですけど、Wages of War ということで、これが発売されたのは92年、1992年に発売されて、これもマイクロソフト DOS ゲームです。で、この作品から、色のバリエーションが増えて256色表現されるようになったということみたいですね。
How heroic.
Yeah, when Lori and I did the live stream of this a few days ago, we used the Bravely Run Away a whole lot.
で、今回の、今回の作品が、アフリカですね。もう見ての通り、アフリカですね。
We did a lot of running away until somebody pointed out my skill level was set to max. I turned it down a little when I was able to play it.
で、まあ今回はどういうのかっていうと、てかアイコンマウスカーソルが虫なんだが。
Because he's been importing all of his character is so low in stats at this point that he, you know, the crocodile could probably poke him with a pillow. He would probably fall over pretty tough.
Those pillows are hard.
Especially in Tarna.
Alright, so at the beginning of the game, I was basically just killing time until day 3 because the mad.
で、まあ最初に3日目まで火を消化するそうです。で、このラキーシっていう、まあ、友人と一緒にですね、ターナっていう町へ行って、なんかトラブルがまたあって、それをしないとそのトラブルをまあ沈めてほしいっていうことでまた行くそうですね。で、今作品からワールドマップ、今見てるようにワールドマップみたいになって、で、ここで、ランダムエンカウントとかこの3作目からランダムエンカウントが、まあ、起こるようになったということですね。で、今やってるのはその少しずつずれてるのはエンカウントを避けるっていう目的みたいですね。
So a monkey runs through it.
Yeah, this I'm not a pun guy. I know. I love the Quest for Glory. I'm not a pun guy, but we really did throw a monkey wrench into this one.
あ、急に変わった。
So yeah, he's going to argue with a monkey for a little
すごい、
bit.
チ
The
ン
monkey's going to take him
チ
to
ン
where
パ
the
ンジ
final
ー、
demons.
猿どっちだ。会話してるぜ。
Not only did we not solve any problems, we actually froze the universe in this world here at this point. Time doesn't change. Nothing works the way that it should anymore.
で、時々そのエンカウントは敵じゃなくってなんかまあ こっちの助けになることをしてくれるようなエンカウントもあるという。これはですね、一人の主人公がですね、今操作している主人公が、まあ、有名になるストーリーっていうことですね。まあ、世界中のさまざまな国に行って、まあ、困ってる事件を解決するみたいな話です。でそれが今回は3作目ということですね。でまあ最初は、まあ、ヨーロッパで、その次がエジプトで、今はアフリカみたいな感じで進んでおります。で今案内士がありがとうみたいな感じで今話が進んでますけど。
This idea fit in really well with the universe, and we had a long break between game number 2, and we didn't want to go into having the best game of the whole series after the break. We wanted to transition.
アヌビスさんですか今の。
I do agree with you on the best game of the series too.
4 was my favorite growing up.
Here is actually the gatekeeper of the series. David's going to be getting into a little bit of a scuffle. Normally we have dispel potions that
魔法を使って仲間に相手の敵の仲間みたいな形にしましたね。今デーモンつってたから。
Can very well one shot him, and the combat in this game is a little glitched. In fact, you're actually getting way more physical attacks than I thought you would. If we spam magic, which is the effective way to hit him, it doesn't quite work. In fact,
でここをちょっとまあグリッチまがいの感じの戦闘になってるんですけどって。
So like we have to wait like I think it's like 2 or 3 seconds in between casting spells.
魔法を使うとちょっと、まあ、詠唱時間がかかるんだけど、それの間に殴ってやったり殴ったりすることでキャンセルかけてどうのこうのって言ってる。
Now your stamina points are low, so you'll start taking hit point damage from low stamina if it gets much lower.
時と。
It is, absolutely.
Or better from dying from no stamina, like in the earlier Quest for Glory games.
Got him.
That was actually really clean.
Very nice. Very heroic.
Yeah, very.
So yeah, Lori did a lot of research for everyone.
急に誰が出てきた。
Quest for Glory 2, read through part of the 1001 Arabian Nights. We still have the 11 volume set of that, and for this one, read a whole bunch of books on the Maasai tribe and so on to be able to get authenticity. So it's a fantasy universe, but it's an Earth analog fantasy.
So the real question I have is, who are all these people coming through the portal? I have never met anybody here.
But these are all your friends. Don't you remember them?
Well, there is dialogue, yeah. David. Yeah.
There is?
Yeah, while you were sleeping in the inn, they were coming to you and dream. Don't you remember?
話が全然わかんないんだよ。書いてないんだもん。
C.S. Lewis. I think he'd like this series.
So I do have another fight coming up here with my doppelganger. Luckily for us, we're scripted to lose this fight, so being the weakest hero imaginable is actually to our benefit.
Yeah, having low hit points here, the game actually thinks because his hit points are so low that he's about to die, and that's not wrong. He's about to die.
追いつかないよ。
But it pretty much just ends the fight almost instantly.
Yeah, as you can see in that distorting mirror, your copy is actually much more buff and muscular than you are.
Nice.
It's not hard.
There he is. And we bravely run away.
Yet again.
ちょっと待ってね。ちょっと待ってね。ちょっと待ってね。
He stops coming on, and then you can be out of bounds and just walk all the way over here. So the demon wizard doesn't see what's coming. but the big demon lord still appears.
なんかでかいデモがもう出てるんだけど。
Quest for Glory 3, by the way.
え、これで終わり？ちょっと
I love this game, and I have.
To be continued. ちょもう終わったの。ちょっと待って。
where the hit detection on the walls seems like it's like it's missing a couple pixels.
Yeah, that action at the end reminded me of the dance in the fairy ring in fairy mushrooms circle in game 1.
Yes.
で4作目が
The better dance or the worse dance?
Shadow of Darkness っていう。今さっきのエンディングでですね、今ヒーローが
It'll take a little while to load. This is normal. It happens with MT32 emulation.
モルダビアっていう町に、飛ばされたっていうところらしいです。
Just listen to that.
で、このグローリーはですね、スラブ神話を元にして作ってるという話ですね、ウィキペディアによると。で、この当時は、この当時リリースした時は、フロッピーディスク9枚。でリリースされたそうなんですけど、その後で、CD バージョンが出てるということですね。
Mark Siebert and Chris Brayman on 2, Mark Siebert on the first one, and of course Chance Thomas, Hollywood composer, did an amazing job on 5, partly because 5 ran so far behind schedule that he had 3 years to work on the soundtrack.
So I've got a really interesting glitch coming up.
Oh yeah.
On this screen only, I can
発売されたのが94年ですからね。それ考えたらかなり大きいと思いますよ。
But also the game is now in kind of a glitched state, and I'm going to show that off in just a little bit. So first of all, we came out of the Dark One cave at night, so I'm going to rest for 4 hours. But then when we screen transition, it's still playing the forest night sounds. The game still thinks it's night. When we get to the town gates, you're going to find that it's closed.
Yeah, we somehow interrupting the script with Katrina freezes time. So this isn't the only game we freeze time in anymore. Or 3 isn't the only one.
But more than that, I can now sleep during the daytime. And that's important because I need to pass time until day 5 anyways.
ここで5日間の時の時間経過させなきゃいけないって今言ってたけど。
That are still active in that room, and there's one other room in the game, but that's the only one that we found that has a script that we can interrupt. Hitting Shift W, even if you don't have magic, automatically casts the fetch spell, which unlocks your character. We've been able to leave the actual Dark One's mouth open, but we can't actually enter back into the cave to trigger the end game. So it's almost like another game-breaking glitch is hanging right in front of us, and we can't get it.
Yeah, there isn't actually a screen transition.
全然解説ができない。読んでるうちに気づいたら進んでるからもう分かんない。
Is this the floppy version or the CD voices?
Whatever is with GOG.
Yeah, this is the talkie.
John Reese Davis, aka Gimli the
今
Dwarf,
CEG
Jennifer Hale,
でしたね。ドミソでしたね今ね。
Hale voices a totally ordinary peasant girl.
extremely well, of course.
Yeah, in a time whenever like voice acting in video games got a bad rap for being kind of corny, this game stood out to me because it was just it just sounded different. Like it was like
なんかパズルゲーになってる。
Just a lot of good actors there.
Aha, puzzle we actually
鍵穴になってる。
Yeah, that's.
There's not very many of them.
I think that's the only one. No, there's another one. There is one more.
すごい顔してるな。
A little jigsaw to make a keyhole in order to be able to open the door.
I guess Dr. Cranium figured that that the peasants of Mordovia would never be able to solve the keyhole.
あ、でもこの辺はなんか一感があるね。
Well, they distrust science, they distrust magic. Nah, that was bad luck.
I have never gotten a random encounter there before. This has never happened before.
あれはまあランダムエンカウントで、僕はこの RT をしてでやったこと、遭遇したことないけど、今日なぜか会っちゃったって今言ってましたけど。
Fortunately, whenever you go into a non-generic room at MCing, the random.
もうなんか戦闘がなんかさらに進化してる。
So one stylistic difference between Mr. Miller and myself is I don't
このようにして倒すのだねこれ。
go in there and do it.
相手に何もさせなかったよ。
Yeah, what I do is there's two different modes in here because I think from the last time I heard you guys had fuzzy logic implemented into this game. Am I right on that?
Yeah, the monsters were all sophisticated, you know, artificial intelligence for the time.
And Lori, who normally did not like arcade games, but much preferred to play the manual on this. I played the automatic one because I love just watching it happen.
Yeah, that's the neat thing. With the thief has a special attack if it has magic that allows it to fly back and forth.
これは PC ゲームの本当に黎明期って言っても過言じゃないのは確かですね。
So I use the strategic battle plan or the strategic setting in the control.
これは
and that
まあ DOS 時代ですからね。
if everything goes right, which means that it never goes faster. But
Windows がWindows が出てない。まあこの頃は出てたけど。
He got very good at combat, so he's able to kind of consistently deal with combat.
しかしまあすごいですね。
Of which there are only two.
So what are you filling all those vials full?
With Grugu?
Grugu.
By the way, going
Don't
on
you remember?
今
Sure, it was practically yesterday. We were.
And by yesterday, you mean 30 years ago?
Well, I said 35 on something, and somebody corrected me the fact I hadn't actually started at Sierra 35 years ago, so it's actually about 25.
25 for this one, but was Quest for Glory 1, was that was 1989, wasn't it?
Yeah, first game we started working on in 88 and came out in 89. We had ridiculous schedules by current standards.
避けたいけど避けれないのか。
Almost all these games in under a year. The one exception being 5, which took
なんか BGM 結構かっこよかったけど。
Left side, there we go. I'm free.
That was really bad luck for David.
ゲート登るって朝になるまで寝るそうです。また。
So yeah, what we're saying though is if you had it published in 1989, that means that we are at the 30th anniversary of Quest for Glory 1. So
we will be in October. Well, 30 years ago.
In honor of that, we need to get the speedrun time down to 30 seconds. We're still a minute off.
And by game industry standards, Lori and I were already old when we started working this. We were in our early 30s, and a lot of people were teenagers or early 20s starting in games.
So I've got a little bit
not quite half our life.
なんでドレミだったんだろう。
I've got a little bit of an interesting routing decision here.
科学者が
visit Dr. Cranium 3 times before we get the rehydration solution.
ドクタークレニアムって言ったね今。
I got him ready right here.
All right, so I visit him on
60分待って60分待って
But then I'm going to rest
5回
shortly after
6時間 7時間
at which point I will
1
then
時
be
間
able to visit him a third time. And so, but because it's after midnight, that's also going to open up a couple of other options for us and save us a little bit of time. I'm getting tired. Been resting all day. I'm tired.
まあさっきの研究またしててその時間をなんかやんなきゃいけないんだろうね。
Air. Pizza. And of 26 options, that was the one I was hoping was going to show up, because it sounds like a woman's name, and I've always wondered, are there stories behind some of these like puzzles there? Because Jolene, that sounds like a woman. I figured there was a woman who just loved pizza and would only come up for air in the middle. So the password was pizza, pizza, air, pizza, pizza. Was there like
that must be it, but I think we tried to randomize them as much as we could.
That's funny.
But it's Jolene, because we wanted the letter J. We wanted every letter of the alphabet for the words, so they'd be easily distinguishable.
So all of my attempts to come up with stories for those different names are just, just wasting
やっぱりちょっとマルチタスクできてないですね、俺ね。
Absolutely correct. Our theory on this is the headcanon's rule that every fan, this is your game, and the stories you came up with in here are the stories of the game.
ちょっとさすがに聞きながら調べて調べながら翻訳してってちょっと無理が。あ、山が。あ、山から。
I actually did use a soundtrack from one track from Quest for Glory 5
なんか山から出てきた。
in college and got full points for it.
So what David's doing now is he's in the monastery for the sake of collecting the 5 rituals to awaken the Dark One. He needs those 5 rituals because they're requirements to get to the end game, and getting those rituals
今のがダークワンっていう悪魔ですかね。
Each character has their own way of doing it, but there seems to be a lot of overlap in this. But the nice thing is that it's after midnight. He shows up in his hotel room that he has not paid for, and they just make him pay for it. But now the Domovoy is there.
Convenient how the routing works out, almost as if I have this planned in advance.
A lucky coincidence, I'm sure.
あ、ホテルで寝ましたね。
Alright, so it's now day 4, but we don't do anything on this day. The next event is on day 5.
So, in true heroic tradition,
また時間経過。この日はやることがないので、もうひたすら時間を潰すって言ってました今ね。だからひたすら時間経過60分をやって、夜になったのを確認して寝るっていう。4日目はただただ寝るだけっつって。
I thought the red sash meant you were a Klingon, but I suppose it means you're a hero.
Nice.
Or is that the Romulans that wear sashes?
No, yeah, I think you got it right.
なんかイベントが起きないっていうねことですからしょうがないですね。
So we are really interested in having some sort of mega skip for the game, and as far as I know, if one exists, then it's going to be figuring out some way to not have to rescue Igor from the grave. The gypsies will not let us into their camp until I have proved Davy is innocent. But if there was some sort of out-of-bounds clip at the gypsy camp, we could get in without them letting us in.
Yeah, we've copied the debug
まあさっき今救出したやつを
So what we found is that in the gypsy camp, you can warp yourself into Magda's wagon. And if you do that, the game proceeds as normal. You can
ファックスこれゲームがクソ長いからちょっと読むのが間に合わないこれ。どうしよう。
So if there is a warp here, it's in this upcoming screen.
北へ東へ北へ東へ。
That was pretty. Oh, you juked the bunny. Nice.
ウサギが邪魔をしてましたね。でさっき助けた人かな。
Who are you
The
again?
Vorpal Bunny, of course, is the toughest monster in the game.
It's the one that scares me.
Hardest to hit.
ウサギはタフなモンスターってどういうこっちゃ。
Not that we watched any Mighty Python, right?
No, of course not.
でまあさっき助けた
Pure parallel evolution.
まあ別の人種の人たちのまあキャンプですねここはね。
State of the art.
I don't know. I went to my
なん
first
と美
dance
女は狼だった。
the same year that I played this game for the first time. I learned everything I know about dancing from that hero.
For Hero U, we did a trailer and showed the hero smooching a wolf, actually. And under the header romance, and got several comments that apparently romance only means sex these days, whereas to us, romance is is loving friendship. But apparently it means sex these days. So everybody said, "Ooh, bestiality."
Nice.
Oh.
また時間経過させなきゃいけないね。
Bestiality in Hero U.
A question. I did have a question about that. In the lore of this, gypsies are okay. Not about what you're thinking. Anyway, in the lore of Hero U, the gypsy is also a shapeshifter. Are all gypsies in the Gloriana lore shapeshifters, or is it just certain ones?
They're all shapeshifters. They just don't all shift to the same thing.
Ooh, so there's more than just wolves.
Yeah, so it's a regional thing depending upon what part of the world they came from.
And of course, there are rovers in Hero U because we're informed that in Europe, the word gypsy has become an epithet and is a very insulting word that you do not use. Much like the N-word in the U.S., you simply do not use rover.
なんか目が見えるね。
Which is also a
なんか
wordplay
拾
on the
った
fact
けどなんだろう。
that the rovers, should change into canines.
And the Gypsy Rover and Blackjack Davy of the music scene of folk music.
Yeah, so Gypsy Davy in this game comes from one of the child ballads.
ブランカとか言っちゃダメ。
Okay. I didn't know that reference, huh?
あれどっちかって言えばあれでしょ。第7巻に目覚めた方じゃない。イメージとしては。
This is actually a character from Quest for Glory 1 that the game it says that we defeated, but I don't remember. Do you remember, Dave?
なんだろうこれ。なんか混ぜて。
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, but we need to visit her. This is Baba.
なんか混ぜてますね。
It's a really interesting character.
She has a bit of a sweet tooth.
Yes.
And this whole game being set in Moldavia, which is an analog of Transylvania,
何かが何かを送った。
was appropriate. As it wasn't particularly in the first game, but Baba Yaga is a visitor.
これがバーバヤーガですかね。
David could have actually skipped that transition if he had learned the reversal spell in Quest for Glory 2, but that would have taken way too much time.
Maybe for a single game import run.
Yes.
なんか要求してきてますね。ちょっとしか見れないけど。
Wait, what gnome? We've never met any gnome.
Well, that's okay because he was distinctly unfunny, so it's just the way you haven't met.
I also need the Dark One ritual.
Yeah, the magic user we found is actually one of the slower runs, the slowest of the 80% runs, because it seems like there's always more to do. Like the magic user has to go into Baba Yaga one more time and has to go to Arana's garden in this. Getting all
これ5もあるわけだからそろそろ終わりそうな気がするけど。
The thief just seems to do whatever it wants and gets away with it. Except in
そんなとこも入り口あんのかい。
suddenly becomes the slowest in a lot of cases.
I suspect the fighter is a little slower than the thief.
またパズルがある。
That's the other puzzle he has to do.
Yeah, this is based on the color wheel, Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, indigo, violet. So you use that to spell out a word.
Now, did you pick their name before you had Roy G. Biv, or did you pick their name?
あ、スチームで売ってるみたいですけどね。
Yes.
One of those. Either way.
Ask me no questions, right?
Yeah, Porkova was just such a good name, so we named the castle and then figured out, oh yeah, that puzzle.
でまあ今開発者が今電話で2人喋ってるんですけど、この2人がですね、まあコーリー・コールっていう、まあ、男の人と多分ロリアン・コールっていう人が、まあ、今開発者で、ね、まあ、ほぼ2人でやってるっぽいですね、ウィキペディア見る限り。デザインはね。
Yeah, we always thought that all thieves should learn a little magic because the ability to turn invisible, the ability to cast
デザインはもうその2人でほぼできてる。
are all win spells for a thief or a rogue.
By the way, be prepared because the hero is about to cause the death of another.
No!
Press F to pay respects to Toby.
Yeah, this is the innkeeper's daughter, and it wouldn't.
急に出てきたな。
I don't want to say, are we doing something heroic by returning her, or are we doing something unheroic because? Well, I guess Toby's doing something heroic because he's sacrificing himself. So.
ああ。
But either way,
犠牲になって。
Yeah.
I have to admit, the first time,
人になったね。
that I played through this.
要は呪われてたみたいですね。で、さっきのサールさんが犠牲になることで助かったみたいですね。
I cried at the death of Toby, when I played the game, which, that's Electronic Arts had the advertisement, "Can a computer game make you cry?" Well, this one actually, that was a scene that Laurie had written that I had not played before, and when I played through it, it really got me.
Yeah, he's a neat character. I mean, he slams the door in the face, whatever you don't.
また時間潰ししてますね。外が夜ちゃんとなりましたね今ね。
But yet he is that little girl's protector, and you can tell he really cares about him just from the way that she talks about him. If you actually take the time to talk to her.
Who?
ドアをノックしたら痺れるっていう。
Alright, so I've just learned the ultimate joke from Punny Bones, and that's pretty important. When I go to sleep here, there's a note's gonna appear at the foot of my bed. That note only appears after you have learned the ultimate joke and you have rescued Tommy.
また寝るのか。
But also, I must specifically read the note or else Atavis will not appear outside.
一応話はつながってるみたいなんで、出てないわけじゃないけど、この4に関しては3の最後で飛ばされたっていう扱いなんで、まあいないってことですかね。
But you can't get to the end game unless you know the ultimate joke. So it's one of those required triggers. Those are the only ones that we could find. It seems like if
まだ時間潰しをして、夕暮れになって夜になりましたね。
way through this game a little quicker.
By the way, Baba Yaga in our lore, not in real Slavic lore, is all about food, being an ogre.
またなんか飛ばされた。
So in this case, the item you get from her for the Punny Bones is a good humor bar, which is a reference to the good humor ice cream trucks that we loved when we were kids.
Yep.
Of course, Baba Yaga had taken his sense of humor away, if he even had one.
Yeah, gnomes are.
そこに入ってて大丈夫なのかい？あれ？なんかの入り口だったのか。
Laurie had a great and difficult time writing the worst possible jokes for Punny Bones, where he always messes up the punchlines and so on.
急に拷問が始まってますけど。
Are there any gnomes in Hero?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
There will be. I don't think there is in the first one.
So,
but we're coming up to the next one.
So interesting glitch here. I can actually go right through the gate because I have all the rituals, but the script will not trigger unless I actually leave to the forest, then come back, and then go through the gate.
Yeah, the collision on that gate.
さっきちょっとずるい手を使って、さっき
But now he's headed to the end game.
開いてるフラグがなかったんだけど、裏から入ることで開けるフラグを立てて、今ここ先進んでますね。
If we get far enough into it.
Oh, God help you. All right.
Our next game has a half elf. That's a new one for us.
That's new for the series.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Summer Days when it comes out.
Yep, Summer Days should be out next year. We're going to have a Kickstarter in the fall for it. and it's a very different style of game.
なんか面白い魔法を使ってる。
Yeah, it's more of a visual novel, you were saying, right?
ゆっくり落ちる。お、登る。
It's going to be
登り
more
もするのか。
visual, and it's going to be more, well, it's more of a story-driven game altogether.
Gotcha. So I'm going to guess it's not going to be anything like Doki Doki, right?
No.
Okay, just checking. I mean, I don't think that qualifies
Although
for
we
Limit
did,
Break. But...
we had to play that one all the way through, you know, to really get this style. You know?
なんかここでスルーしなきゃいけないみたいですね。
I was going to say, if you cried for Toby, I can only imagine how that one went.
あの虫の頭みたいなとこ行くのかな。
Horrified realization.
Hashtag spoilers.
Yeah. It's definitely a different style of game, and so therefore we're not doing anything like that except that see
水が出
what
た。
we can get away with as a style of.
て
So
て
there's a
て
little
て。
glitch here where I can actually just run right through the blood. It's not going to hurt me. As long as I click hand on the right things.
これ血ですか
That
ね。
blood's supposed to be acidic. It's supposed to kill me instantly.
ああ、あれは3で、あれに触ったら即死らしい
You
ですよ。
start the game in the last area, which is just another like kick in the stomach that we can't break it because you actually are here, and you could, in theory, just get to the end and take out the dark one, but you need too much and you can't get through it. So, but right now he's going through the rituals to breathe life back into the dark one, the Avuzal, the Great Cthulhu mythos. HP Lovecraft style
多分まああるでしょうね。溶けるやつとかね。
I also thought
ゲームオーバーで
Avuzal
ね。
was a really neat name for a troll in World of Warcraft. I did name one of my trolls that.
今の何だったんだ。
Yeah, we actually stole the name from N. LaVey's satanic rituals from the Church of Satan, just because it was such a cool name, and it was the spider god in that ritual.
真っ暗なとこで何回置いてすぐ終わったのはやめてください。
Satanic rituals when we played. We don't think so.
Well, we're not. I mean, we just glitched out of that last room actually, which is kind of funny. In
あ、ここは最後の部屋ですか。
casual play, that the sense room can very quickly kill you, and I lost many attempted runs in like the last possible second. That were supposed to be single segment. I was trying to submit them, and you just die. And then we find out that no, actually, you can pretty much just from the ground floor scream the ritual up at the thing, and it works. I'm not quite sure why.
なんか敵同士が。
That seems pretty senseless.
Oh, there's another person that.
あれ。
All right, so now we're going to tell the ultimate joke about the farmer's daughter.
What even is the ultimate
wizard.
joke?
Yeah.
We never actually wrote it.
No. Is that another Monty Python inspiration from Edward Scribbler? Nice.
え？
That's one of my
ああ、
favorite
封印したって感じですかね。
And that's Quest for Glory 4.
Yay! Congratulations, you did it.
I'm a hero, right?
And you didn't even crash the game. Amazing.
And look how many people survived this one. I'm impressed.
こんな人助かったんだ。
Yeah, when this game was originally released in the floppy-only version, it went out about 6 months before it should have. And it was a big rush for Sierra to get it out for that Christmas because they didn't think they were going to have King's Quest done in time. Well, it turns out they did get King's Quest out, and this went out with so many bugs.
コマンドプロンプトでやってるのはすごい。
Kevin Ray to work
あ
on for、another
すごい進化してる。
while we were also adding the voices, and he fixed a lot of the glitches. There's still some.
すごい進化してる。
We were very sad that one of the I think best crafted writing in the game, ended up as the most glitchy. But they sort of re-released it and it was much better second time around.
And then we were fired. So
で、
yes, we were
これが
fired. They broke our
最
contract
終作品
between
ですね。
4 and this game. But they hired us back
ク
for
エスト
this
フォー
game
グローリー
because
5ドラゴンファイ
they
ヤーっていう
desperately needed a game to do down
ゲー
here
ムに
in
なっておりますが
Oakers, California.
What David just did there is kill an off-screen character that is supposed to appear later, and killing that on-screen character fools the game in setting a switch that makes all the characters think you're actually farther than you are.
発売がですね、 4が94年だったんですけど、5は98年に発売されておりまして、Windows と Macintosh でできるということですね。
Thank you, thank you. That's why we're here. That's kept us going.
Yeah, and we would have been very sad if we had not been able to make this game because this was, planned as part of the series from the beginning, and kind of this is the culmination of the whole Quest for Glory story.
そうです。ゼノギアスがバイオ2とか98年ですね。
This game was written in C++ rather than SCI, so it has a very different feel to the
で
rest of the games.
エラスムスっていう人がプレイヤーを呼んで、それはプレイヤーってヒーローですけど、でシルマリア王国っていうに近いなんだこれグリースライク、ギリシャっぽい、シルマリア王国っていうところに呼ばれるみたいなところですね。で王様が最近殺されたと。だから
Wow, I'm so glad I made a safety save. It wouldn't be a question of glory without a new
その国の、古くからの風習っていうか、しきたりによって訪れた、外から来た人が、王様になるんだよっていう。だから、ヒーローは、その王様を殺したやつを、探すみたいな話ですかね。で、あとは過去作品で仲間になったラキーシとか、あとはいろいろ出てきたキャラがいるんですけど、それがこの作品で全員出てくるそうですね。で、王様が死んだっていうことを知って、他の人もね、王様になりたいっていうんで狙ってるので、それと争いながら。
Are you casting spells from your forehead?
Let him go.
やるって。
No, I think he's breathing frog.
I've only seen this glitch one time, and I'm so glad it happened here.
I don't understand what's going on here. He's supposed to be standing there watching this guy rant.
Oh man,
they're dancing to the rhythm.
I actually know a little bit about this because I've been trying to get this to work in windowed mode in DirectX. And what happens is in this scene in particular,
下にある氷の魔法ですね。それを使って敵を倒すっていう。
And then you end up with doing a dance for another game. So.
And you killed Minos, Shadow, just by listening to him, huh?
I'm getting better at this.
また新しい人が来ましたね。
I guess he talked himself to death.
I'm frequently in danger of that.
We found a couple new glitches here also. One of them is that Frostbite, even when you're paused, continues to do damage. That's one nice thing. But what can happen here, and boy, this could be really neat if David can hit this, but the timing on it is so tight, is that you can frostbite the dragon from downtown there, and if you hit him with enough of the spell, you can pretty much drain his life almost down to nothing.
I'm not risking it.
There's a chance that if he kills the dragon, it pops out of existence and soft locks there. But what we need him to do is travel up. I think you might be able to actually hit him from downtown with enough to actually kill him with the Force Bolt.
Force Bolt seems kind of weak. I'm gonna stick to the Frostbite strat.
If you can get the dragon's health low enough, you can actually get him down to no HP in this part, and you pretty much just throw up a 3-point shot with a magic spell.
で今ここにいる2人トロとエリザっているんですけど、これは仲間みたいですね。
Time's gonna be coming up pretty soon when I say yes to becoming a king.
ね、もうすぐ終わりだそうで、これでドラゴン倒して王様になったってところで終わりらしいです。These are heroes of Silmaria.
I clicked no. After all that, that's all right. It still counts.
Guess you weren't worthy.
I think I grew a confidence at the last moment.
Save the world.
今奏者が操作ミスで王様にならない選択肢を選んだんですけど、まあ一応終わりという。
But the timing on it is so tight. It's like 59 minutes, and David has the world record, 59 minutes and some odd seconds. But
33 seconds.
33, yeah.
So,
well, thanks for running it. Thank you for showing us how to do this right.
Yeah. All right. So I do have one more thing coming up. We had a donation incentive to fight the Pizza Elemental in Quest for Glory 2 Remake, and we met it.
で今ドネーションインセンティブで達成してないんだけど時間があるからピッツァエレメントを倒すよって。
I have a question for Glory for the developers and well everyone else in the room too. Which pizza elemental would be the scariest to fight in real life? My guess is Chicago Deep Dish Supreme Pizza, but I'm opening the floor for other viewpoints. I'm hearing some shouts for Hawaiian.
確か達成してなかった気がしたけど。達成したかな。
Yeah, I hope I score that awesome Urana's Peace poster, and let's see that Caldina fight in Magic Knight Rayearth.
Yeah, but can you imagine that molten hot cheese with jalapenos so that just adds to the pain?
ハラペーニョはただの痛みでしかないって今言ってる開発者の奥さんが。
Or artichoke on a pesto base rather than a tomato base.
All right.
Optional garlic.
あ、達成してますね。今見たら達成してました。失礼しました。
So in the AGD Interactive's fan remake of Quest
$1000と54セントですね。
joke of the fifth element being pizza, but I never fought a pizza elemental in Quest for Glory 2, right? Well, there's one hidden in this game somewhere, and I have loaded a save previously with all my stats maxed out because I am going to need it. And so here he is.
Yeah, the combat in this remake was much harder than the original.
I relish it. All right, so should I fight this creature and make it go away? Let's fight it. Let's fight it.
That's scary.
Well, that sounds like something a king would do, but you declined.
動き。なんだこれ。なんだこれ。
All right, so this is an extremely difficult fight. You can see that I'm poking it, but I'm just not doing very much damage. Pizzas are falling all over, and if they land on me, they're going to hurt a little bit. That said, his punches are very slow and easily telegraphed. I can duck under him easily. The tentacles, however, I got to watch for those tentacles because they hurt a lot. And
考えた人が電話でいるんだよな。
There's this thing. If pizzas start falling on the second, fourth, and fifth rows and the tentacles wiggle endlessly, then he's going to do that eating attack, and I let him do that on purpose. I need to do that to win the fight.
2列目から5列目とか後ろの方です。2列目より後ろにいるとさっきみたいに舌を出して飲み込まれちゃうっていう。
So the reason I let him eat me is because I swiped the inside of his mouth, and so when he tried to eat the pizza, it didn't heal him. That's really important for this fight. You don't let him heal at all. You can't spare the wiggle room. The other thing is that when you go into the map, you will only interrupt one eating of the pizza. So after he eats, you gotta step back and you gotta wait for him to try to eat you again.
ピザを作っても回復しないっていう今言ってましたね。
Here we are. And I do have to specifically press buttons to try to swing while I'm in his mouth. Otherwise, he will actually... Wow. He will actually eat me.
おお。今の食べられちゃったっつって。
Yeah, you gotta pull a Drax and go in. Get him from the inside.
These are great tips. So what happened to me when I played this remake is I was enthralled with the beautiful art and reminiscing about the story and so on, not having played it for years, and went out into the desert and encountered a brigand or something, and it proceeded to clean my clock and kill me. I said, no problem, I'll just restore my what saved game.
What saved game?
まあピザは野菜ってなんか
We're really
ね
bad at saving, and we forgot
昔
all
言われ
how
て
to
ました
really
ね。
play these games.
Well, the autosave works really well in most of them. Like 4 and 5, it seems like, because when you die in 5, you have a continue button. When you die in 4, your autosaves are happening constantly. 3, it felt like autosave was like, hey, you know what? You started the game. We should put one there. And
あと少し
you can
But we wanted to make these games fair, so they weren't super death
ああ捕まった
traps, but
いけるかいけるのか
Yeah, people keep telling us
He's
how
got-
hard
あ
these
いけま
games
した
were.
ね
We always thought they were too easy.
That is not an easy fight. That is easily the hardest fight. And you can pick up the pizza. Make sure you eat it.
Oh yeah, you got to contain your elementals, and well, here's the best way to contain this one: eat them.
You pick up the dotted disc from the desert floor, brush the sand off its bottom and eat it 食べたん
Can't
か
get
い
a
thanks a lot, people.
Yeah, thank you so much for
Delicious.
having me.
Yeah,
This
this. Thanks for all your work on
もう
this
す
series too.
砂まみれのピザを食べましたね最後
For so many years, and I know it's been kind of cool to see like what we've been able to find going through. I know David's been finding like things left and right too. So we've done a lot of work on this series in order to bring it down a half hour.
なかなかインパクトあるゲームですねこれ
Yeah, that was
Awesome job.
amazing.
I should mention we now have a Patreon that's for Lori and me personally, but will enable us to keep making games and probably.
Now that I know that, I'm going on.
食べ物遊ぼうとし
Yes,
ちゃい
and
けない
we'll
んでね
continue to make games for the next 30 years at the rate we're going. It takes that long to get a series got.
んまだ続けるのこれシリーズ
I have LinkedIn in the sidebar.
Well, that was wonderful.
もう出てから30年だけどとか言って
Yeah, that was everything.
さっき
Well, congratulations, well done, and thank you everyone who came.
And yeah, thanks everybody for donating to such a worthy cause. And yeah, thanks everybody.
Mental health, we certainly need it after working at Sierra, believe me. And the game industry is intense.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
All right, thanks, David, for your run. That was Quest for Glory Collection by davidtki. You're watching RPG Limited
なかなか
2019,
インパクトのあるゲームでございました
In
ね
just a few minutes, we'll be having a run of Shadowrun by Gyre. Before then, I'll send you over to some ads, and I'll be handing it
次
off to
が
our next
シャド
host.
ーラ
Thanks
ン
for watching.
ですねああ初代の FF のあれですねメニュー画面ですねメニュー画面がスタート最初スタートボタンを押した後のやつですねあれシャドーラン多分これでいいと思うんだよなああそうですね1のエンディングでこういう格好してましたねまあ今 FF12 のサントラが流れてますけど FF12 は崎本さんがやってるのでねえまあちょっと音楽のテイストがまあ他シリーズとちょっと 違いますよね。まあなんか有名になったらなんかある今の何だったんだろう。そうですね、ドラクエのランダマイザーがまあ早朝、深夜か早朝、どっちかな、どっちって言ったらいいレベルの時間ですから大丈夫ですか？明日休みじゃないときついと思いますけどね。
Welcome back to RPG Limit Break 2019. My name is Bob the Ninja Goldfish, and I'm taking over here on host from Escron after that awesome Quest for Glory collection run. And I would like to remind us all why we are here. RPG Limit Break 2019 proudly supports the National Alliance on Mental Illness. They are a grassroots campaign that deals with all kinds of advocacy and awareness, education and support in the community. And with May being Mental Health Month, we think it was a very apt cause to support. So let's go ahead